When I talk to people about our move, I think there's really two questions. One is, why Indiana? And then the other is, how did you do that? Because it seems like such a daunting thing, and it really was a daunting thing. And quite honestly, I think part of what helped us was that we were a bit naive, or I was a bit naive in what it would actually require to move the business. And I think if I had fully appreciated that, maybe I would have been a little bit more hesitant to move the business.
Just from my personal experience in moving, it's always ends up being more daunting than you anticipate it being. So, you know, magnify a personal move, if you've ever moved, you know, magnify that by, you know, 5 to 10 times.
I mean, I know, like, I moved, that was crazy, but to move a whole company, like, that's insane.
But first and foremost, we needed to identify which people from our team in LA we really needed here.
I was excited at the possibility of moving with the business outside the state and getting outside of California.
I really wanted to get out of LA. I wanted to get a change in scenery.
It was really exciting to kind of have like new experiences and seeing kind of just a new experience being in the Midwest versus the West Coast.
Fishers, you know, from the research I was doing, and then also being, you know, an hour and a half north of Louisville, which is where I've lived before, had a good idea of what the community was like, the people, the weather, and, you know, was just very excited.
I was incredibly fortunate and grateful to those people that they were willing to make that move with us and really continue to believe in what we were doing, believe in me as a leader of our organization. Then it became about the sequence of things. And we originally had sort of a longer 12 to 18 month transition period. We got here and pretty quickly realized that, you know, this was more of a let's just rip the Band-Aid type situation. So we ended up accelerating the whole move, compressing it from, you know, 12 months down to 6 weeks. Because we deal with people's one-of-a-kind materials and because we have very sensitive equipment, we didn't want to just trust a commercial moving company. We felt like we needed to maintain the materials in our custody the whole way.
Everything just kind of started to like happen. Like you could see like, okay, everything's gonna move now. So everybody was like packing everything up and trucks were coming in and out. It was really hectic.
We just packed up trucks kind of one at a time. I was on the California end at the time of the move, so I was helping pack up our equipment and get that packed on the back of a trailer and to drive out here.
Our management and executive team has a real strong belief that we don't like to ask people to do anything we're not willing to do ourselves. And so when we looked at moving cross country, we were asking a couple of employees to actually help us by driving the trucks across country. And we realized, okay, that's kind of a tall order to drive a 32-foot Ryder truck from Southern California to Indianapolis. So we're not going to have our employees do that if we're not willing to do it ourselves. So myself, a couple of our other executives, we each did a truck, and then we were actively involved in physically unloading everything because, again, we didn't, you know, we wanted to only entrust the handling of our customer materials and our own equipment to our own employees.
Thankfully, we had it pretty organized, and once everything got here, we just kind of threw everything in their respective corners and just went from there and tried to figure out how the best layout while we still had kind of a skeleton crew who on this end.
So that was kind of logistically how we pulled off the move. And then Rich, who handles all of our hiring, he was working remotely from California, and he was hiring as quickly as we possibly could.
When I was working remotely, I was coming out to the facility, I think every 5 to 6 weeks. Since my time was so limited out here, I just thought it'd be easier to sleep here. There was an open office, so borrowed Anderson's blow-up mattress and showered here, and there's, you know, a couple of eateries down the street that I was able to walk to, and it was just much easier for me to maximize my time and be more efficient with my time here on the ground.
I was very impressed with people in California who knew they would no longer have jobs that still remained on to help us on that end, which was huge. We had really good people that we were able to rely on both ends, and we were able to get some really great people to move with us. So this has been, a real life changer for those individuals that took a leap of faith, and I've been really proud that we were able to kind of reciprocate the risk that they took with us by putting the business in a location where they could reap the rewards of that high quality of life that we have here.
The pace is much slower, which I like, and I love the greenery. I cannot get over how green it is over here. And the air is much cleaner, so I don't think I can ever move back there, so I like it here.
I definitely like it. I mean, my ultimate decision maker was moving out here because of family, because I have, my daughter had just turned 5, so she was gonna start kindergarten that fall. And the school quality is a lot better out here, and just the family life is better here. It's just a cleaner environment. It's a lot safer, so it's definitely nice being in Fishers versus Los Angeles.
All of those things have been really amazing in terms of a business that we've created, actually setting our employees up to be successful not only within our organization but in life in general. So that's been awesome.